Bringing it back to the blue couches and welcoming back Ted Watts Jr. talking about the Thurston Classic. How long has this been happening in Meadville?
This is year 35.
Yeah.
So it started in 1988, and it started with the Meadville Bicentennial, of course, and we've continued this free event ever since.
How long have you been organizing it?
Well, when my father was first involved in hot air ballooning, he was on a committee to bring that event as a part of the Bicentennial. So since I was 10.
Okay.
I just gave away my age.
Family lineage.
It is, yeah.
So your dad was a hot air balloonist?
Yes,
is that
correct.
The term?
A lawyer, but also a hot air balloonist. Everybody's like, oh, was he the wizard? Or,
yeah.
you know.
How does that work? Do you store the balloon somewhere? How does that work?
Yeah, they have a vehicle and a trailer, and they store it, and they get it inspected every year, just like anything else. And when it becomes, as soon as they can fly, they're ready to go.
And he still goes up in it?
No, he's unfortunately passed. But
okay. Is it still in the family?
He actually was training somebody.
Okay.
Ray Hinchcliffe, who was a friend of the Thurston Classic, and he was learning how to balloon at that time. And so Ray has the balloons, and he's finishing his education on it, and he always brings the balloon to the event, and we try to inflate it.
I was going to say, so it is part of the event,
yes,
which is really nice. Now, during the Classic, it runs Thursday through Sunday of this weekend. Can folks get a ride, or is it just visual? It's spectacularly beautiful, but I can't remember if people get rides or not.
We don't do public rides, but we do sponsor rides and stuff. We depend heavily on our sponsors for this event, and we're so grateful for them and the crowd showing up and everything. So Friday night is our sponsor flight. Thursday night is our glow at 9 p.m. Sponsor flight takes off at 6 p.m. And then we have Saturday morning at 6 a.m. a fly in. Saturday night is a fly out, 6 p.m., so it's pretty easy to remember.
Yeah.
And then Sunday morning at 6 a.m.
How many balloons will be part of it this year?
We have 22 this year.
Okay.
So we have a nice full event.
Absolutely. Other things going on during the event? Absolutely.
We have some great music, and while we're waiting, we have some fabulous vendors. We do souvenir sales, and we always entertain the crowd. We keep them up to date. We talk a lot about the science of it, and not in a completely dry way. But it's a very interesting hobby, and it's we always put on a show for the crowd, with the event. So.
Are there other locals that have balloons as well?
We don't have any local pilots anymore. We used to have a few, but that is fizzled over the years.
So where do they come from that are coming in this weekend?
They come from all over. We do get a lot from Ohio, but our balloon meister Alex used to be an Ohio resident, Alex Gennard, and he comes all the way from Illinois to run this event for us.
So where's the best vantage point, say Thursday night for the glow up? Where's the best vantage point to see this?
Get to the field. Get to the field and get to the field early.
Which is it part of the fairgrounds?
Yes. No. It's at Allegheny College. It's at Robertson Field.
That's right.
Allegheny College.
That's right.
The whole event takes place there. So if you show up at that same space all weekend, you'll be good to go.
No matter what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And how does weather play a part? Because you just never know with our weather, and it spans 4 days, so you have to be thinking about it for multiple days.
Of course, and weather is funny, but we stay optimistic. That was just said. I heard.
Yeah.
So we stay optimistic, and we always, like I said, we always try to put on a show for the crowd. Sometimes if the weather is not suitable for flying, we'll do something like an inflation on the ground. We'll let last year we had a beautiful event, and we had the crowd come up to the balloons. They could meet the pilots, learn a little bit about those. But you of course have to be careful, because there's nothing like making a bad decision when somebody's in the sky. That's no bueno. So that's something that we want our public to understand.
Yeah, absolutely. So you said what, 22 balloons this time?
22 balloons.
22. Is that a normal number to be coming in for the event?
It's a really good number for us. I mean, I think that's a great number. The sky becomes full. It's a great show for the crowd, and it's just a very pure, family-friendly event. Yeah. And it's free.
It's free.
It's free.
And it's been going on for 35 years,
yeah.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, and that is of paramount importance to us, that it remain a free event.
Yeah. Don't miss it if you've never experienced this before. Again, it is Thursday through Sunday in Meadville at Allegheny College. The ThurstonClassic.com is the website. You can go for more information about the things that are happening each specific day. But Ted, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for popping in today.
Always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we